Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Specializing in Nothing. I'm your host, Omar Reyes, and this is Carlos Perez. And yeah, it's been a while. Wait, no, it's,
Has
you
been a
know,
while. But we're back for 2021. We're gonna be doing this, back to weekly, a bunch of stuff we're gonna be putting out there every week. And yeah, we just took a while. We took a break to get some stuff right. And we're here. We're back.
We're back.
Back
So,
like we never left.
yeah.
All right, so let's jump right into this. I'll talk about some sports, some foosballs.
Yeah.
Wildcard weekend. Let's go game by game.
Super wildcard weekend, yeah.
Ooh, stacked.
Mm.
Anyways, go game by game. Colts versus Bills.
I thought that was a really fun game. I had almost like there was almost like no question the Bills were going to win that game.
Definitely.
As much as like Phillip Rivers is a Hall of Famer, his production in the postseason is just.
He did his thing. He didn't play bad.
No, but I feel like that's the biggest question mark for the Colts right now.
I mean, the Bills did almost everything they could to try to lose that game. That Josh Allen almost pick. If that Josh Allen gets picked, that's 7 points off the board, and that game might go a little bit, different. And then obviously the fumble in the fourth.
Oh, that
I
was
was
just
like,
bad.
oh my god, you gotta be kidding me! You're really gonna lose this game? I had a parlay set up for all the games, and I needed the Bills to win, which they almost gave me a heart attack. I thought they were gonna lose that game, but they pulled it out. And Josh Allen just looks like a guy.
Yeah.
Like a guy that's good at football, like a really good football guy.
Yeah.
Those two throws he made down the sideline on the run to fucking Gabrielle Davis were ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean,
He's a monster.
This team, you started seeing the kind of like the transformation the Bills were having once he came into the organization. They started trying to almost like build around him because the Bills have been rebuilding for like 2 decades.
That is true.
And they got their quarterback. He looks like he's that guy.
Looks like a guy, and him and Stephon Diggs.
I mean, yeah, that.
They have some weird chemistry going on there, and they look tough to beat. We're gonna see what happens in the next round.
Yeah. We'll talk about those, but yeah.
Even though we'll get to that. So the next game after that was a game that is what killed my parlay off rip. Even though I low key wanted to go for the Rams in this one, but I was like trusting Russ.
Yeah.
And
let Russ cook, right?
That offensive line, man, is horrible.
So bad. I mean, we've known for a long time that the Seahawks, it's basically Russell Wilson and company. Like, he is the team at this point. Without Russell Wilson, they have no business being in the postseason. They have no business being in the conversation.
I mean, they have outside of that offensive line, the defense played really well the last 5-6 games of the season. They were I think top 5 in almost every category in those last 6 games. The receiving core is stacked from DK to Lockett.
Is a beast.
Yeah, they got some. That's a good team. It's just that offensive line. They need to put some money into that thing. He was sacked 5 times that game. Granted, the Rams are the number 1 defense.
Yeah,
but still,
so it's like, and you got that man Aaron, and right there. Even though he came out injured.
Halfway through.
Through,
and still they were getting to him.
I mean that
O-line is great.
I'm blanking on the starting quarterback's name. The one who was rushed to the hospital.
Oh yeah, I forgot his name.
I don't remember his name. Sorry. We'll put it here.
Yeah,
in post.
It was the AFL quarterback.
Yeah,
but rest in peace. Hopefully he's okay.
But I mean, Jared Goff did his thing with a broken thumb. So
he's just in a position. Sean McVay is just such a good coach that as long as Goff doesn't turn the ball over, you've got a good chance. Especially with the number 1 defense, you got a good chance to win in that game.
Yeah.
The only thing that was weird with me was Lockett was like MIA that whole entire game. He only had 2 catches.
I mean,
and vanished. And Ramsey was playing pretty much exclusively on decaf the whole entire game.
Mm-hmm.
DK, I said decaf. Oh, that's a dope nickname, decaf. Ooh, anyways, holla at me, decaf. I got you, bro. But quiet the whole entire game.
Yeah, it was just a poor outing, poor performance by the Seahawks. You hate to see it.
And then the punt return fumble didn't do him any justice either. That really was game over once that happened. It was sad, and that's what killed my parlay off rip. So I was very sad about that.
Yeah,
too.
I mean, I don't think anybody. I mean, most people, I'm pretty sure, took the Seahawks in that game.
And then the game, which I was kind of selfishly rooting against Tom Brady because fuck Tom Brady. Which turned out, I had for the parlay I had, and for day one was Bills to win. Second game I had Russ winning.
Yeah.
And then I went with the football team.
Did you really?
Because that front four.
Oh, that front four is nasty.
Allen, fucking Darren, Chase Young.
Chase Young is
Ionitis. That front is stacked. And they got to Brady a few times.
They did.
I thought it was gonna be a low scoring game. I did not predict Heineke to be a god.
Yo.
Outside of the deflected pick that shouldn't have been a pick, he was a balling.
I think that if he does not stay with the football team, there are teams out there.
Well, he got himself a job.
Yeah, he has a job.
Definitely.
He came to play and he did just that. Like, I was so impressed. And you could tell even the commentators were impressed. They were like, he threw the ball and it was caught.
Yeah, it was
for a first down.
because they have a really good receiving core with both Sims and McLaurin. So the receiving core is really good. And Heineke was putting that ball on them with heat. Mm-hmm. They were in a lot of those post routes to the outside, and he was bullets to them. I didn't know he was capable of that.
I didn't either.
And in that second half, he turned it up, and I was rooting for him so much. I'm like, bro, you got this. You got this.
And it has nothing to do with being a Patriots fan and Tom Brady going to the Buccaneers and Robert Gronkowski coming out of retirement just to go to the Buccaneers or whatever. No, it had more to do with the fact that he showed passion and showed that he wanted that win. And also, I'm still salty about that whole thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I thought the clock management really screwed him. Mm-hmm. I don't know why they did that. They wasted all their timeouts before the 2-minute warning, which I thought was weird.
Yeah.
Because if you don't do that, then you can challenge that call on second down, where the ball was fumbled out of bounds, but they didn't call it that. They called it an incomplete pass when clearly it was fumbled out of bounds, which would have made it like 3rd and 6, 3rd and 5.
Which is a lot more
exactly.
manageable.
Instead of taking that sack on, making it 3rd and long after that.
Yeah.
But all in all, it was a great game. And Taylor,
I think out of the games on Saturday, that was the best game.
Definitely. If you want to come down to New England, I wouldn't be mad at that.
I wouldn't be mad at that either.
He's 27 too. He's not even that old, bro. He's 27.
He's at the start of his career.
That man. But hopefully it's not a fluke, and it wasn't just a one-game thing. And
I mean, it very well could be.
That happens.
But he does have history with the New England Patriots. He was on the practice squad a couple of years ago.
There it is.
So he had a whole story about how the first time he met Brady, and then look at him, he was in a playoff game against Tom Brady.
So we're gonna see.
You know what? This is the story. The Patriots always had that.
The Patriots
sixth
need
round.
Receivers,
yeah.
though.
Oh my God. See, but that's what I'm saying. If we get someone like Heineke, we could spend a lot of our high draft picks on like receivers, even though Bill Belichick is not great at that.
I mean, there's a lot of good receivers in the draft, though, outside of Devontae Smith. You got Jalen Waddle. I don't know what our pick is. We got a lot of good receivers in the draft.
Yeah. Before we move on, just because we got to this, we started talking about the Patriots somehow. Who would have thought? Did you hear about what's going on with Bill Belichick? That he's so Donald Trump wants to award him with the I forgot what medal it is, but basically it's the highest medal that you can grant a civilian. So everybody is just like, Bill, you better not take that.
Poor Bill.
Yeah, it's not great. It's not a great look. Let me because like everybody is just like so the Medal of Freedom. So everybody's just like, if Bill Belichick accepts this Medal of Freedom from Trump, it's just a bad look, especially with what happened last week.
Exactly. Well, we can get into that later too about all that stuff. One, the fuck is the Medal of Freedom? Two, what has Bill done in the name of freedom?
No idea.
I mean, that's weird. Hey, cool.
I don't know. I can't say cool to that. Like, You know, at this point, this is one of those times where it's like, you got to say no, Bill. You just got to say no.
Okay, looking at some of the award people who have gotten this award, Buzz Aldrin, Neil Armstrong, he'll be in the same breath as that. I don't think.
Yeah, but it's who's giving it to him.
I know that too, but it's like also why is he getting it? Why is he on the short list?
I don't know.
Did everybody else just say no to him, and then Bill's like the only person that thought about it? He was like, "I'll think about it."
I'll think about it.
And wow, I also don't know a lot of these people who have won this award. That shows how uncultured.
I mean, probably people who are like
John Wayne won it. Hey,
look at
somebody.
that, John Wayne.
This is wow. I mean, way to go, Bill, but also like don't do
take
it.
it.
But
don't
like,
do it. Yeah.
But like also way to go. Frank Sinatra got this award. What does it do? What does it mean? I need to research it. Look, I'm writing a 5-page paper on this. Who are all these white people? What?
Yeah.
Lucille Ball got this award. What?
Oh yeah. That person.
Arthur Ashe won this award. Okay. Thurgood Marshall. It's such a weird group of people who have won this award. Thurgood Marshall should get that award.
Sounds like an award he should get.
John Wayne getting the Award of Freedom?
You know, that's what this country is all about, right? Something like that.
Wow. I'm sorry. I'm just flabbergasted.
Yeah.
Roberto Clemente, I guess. That's
okay, yeah. Clemente, that makes sense.
Muhammad Ali.
Makes sense.
Aretha Franklin.
Yeah, I guess.
B.B. King. But it's okay. I'm done with this list. This is.
But yeah, the story is not the award in and of itself, or the fact that Bill Belichick is up for it. It's about the fact that President Trump is like, I don't know if this is a PR move in his eyes or.
Oprah Winfrey has this award. It's 100% about the award for me. This is an award I didn't know existed.
Well, you know what? Now you have something to strive for. You need to be on that list. Who?
Okay, so this is Trump's list of people he's giving the awards to.
Oh, God.
Okay. Bob Cousy, Babe Ruth. What? How do you give a dead person the award?
Wait.
Granted, this is Wikipedia. I don't know how 100% true this is. He's giving it to Elvis Presley and Babe Ruth in 2018. And he's giving this to Mariano Rivera and Tiger Woods in 2019.
He did give it to Mariano. I remember that, and I remember being a little disappointed. But at the same time, I
don't know a lot of these other guys. I'm sure there's a lot of people. This person right here got straight consonants in his last name, so I'm not even going to attempt that at all. But wow,
we'll put it here in post.
Yeah, that's interesting. I learn something new every day.
Yeah.
But yeah, way to go, Bill. Congratulations.
But also, don't take it, Bill. Please don't.
Yeah, I mean, I'm taking it, bro. It's an award, bro. I want my award.
I guess.
Oh, where did we leave off? Back to football.
Sunday games.
Oh, Sunday games. First game that day was Ravens versus Rams.
No, the Titans. Ravens versus Titans.
I put Rams. Ooh, Titans. Yes. That was the Titans. Ooh.
I'm not gonna lie. This is the game I paid almost the least attention to.
Why did I put Rams? But I mean,
I didn't pay too much attention to it. I mean, the implications of the game were high because it's a rematch of what was it, the
last year's divisional round.
It was the divisional round, right? Yeah. So where King Henry just
ran all over them,
and good for the Ravens, good for Lamar. He got a postseason win. Yeah,
I mean, I had Tennessee in this game.
Yeah.
I did not expect them to shut down Derrick Henry the way they did.
I didn't either.
That took me off guard.
If they weren't able to do that, the Titans would have won.
I mean, there was a lot of stuff in that game. I mean, outside of that huge run granted, Lamar did run all over them. He ran for like almost 130 or 40 yards, something crazy like that. That big run at the half is really what changed the game.
Yeah.
Like right before the half ended, Lamar took off like a 40-yard run for a touchdown or something like that. Yeah,
it was a 49.
That's really what killed him.
Yeah.
Take that. If they managed to stop him on that, then completely different ball game.
Yeah.
You had the weird miscommunication trip thing at the end with Tannehill. I don't know what's happened there. That turned into a pick. But I thought Ryan was going to lead him down the field.
I did too, and
tie it up.
You know what? I'll say this much: Ryan Tannehill, he is the quarterback of that team. Like, a lot of people came into this year doubting whether or not he'd be able to actually like carry over the success from the previous year, and he did his thing. It's still Henry's team. 100%.
Definitely. And
but
you need a quarterback in this league.
And shout out to the coach, what's his name?
Frank Vabro.
Yeah. Cuz he's done such a great job with the organization. 2 back-to-back trips to the postseason. That's
10 and Ryan had a great year, 33 touchdowns, 7 picks.
Yeah.
It's not bad, Ryan. Not
those
bad.
are good.
Bad.
Those are good numbers.
But yeah, like I said, I wanted to. And what was really crazy about the game, that the ending, the pick after the pick.
What happened then?
So they
what are you talking about?
So fast forward to the regular season game. Malcolm Butler got into an argument with Harborough because they were like stepping on their logo. And that was almost a fight.
Yeah.
So then they threw after the interception by Tannehill, the whole defense got on the logo and started stomping on it.
Yeah, I remember
that was wild.
Yeah.
That was wild.
They showed a video of basically how it started, how it ended, and it was pretty funny.
I don't think. Well, we'll also get into this a little bit later, but I don't think that makes good postseason football. Like, I don't think the Ravens are gonna go any further.
I don't either.
Because Lamar didn't show me anything throwing the football.
No.
I think he had like 7 or 8 completions. Maybe I could be undering him a little bit on that, but he didn't show me anything spectacular. He threw a pick, a really bad one.
Yeah.
And you can shut down the run game. I don't know what they were doing defensively that wasn't stopping him. He was just breaking containment left and right on them and just going for huge chunks of yardage. But there's defenses that can gear towards that and kind of take that away. Even if it's just spying him every once in a blue moon to kind of keep him in the pocket. So I don't see them progressing after this round.
I don't either.
I don't care who they would have played. I didn't see them making it out of this round. I didn't think they would make it out of this game, let alone make it out of the round.
Yeah.
And like I said, Lamar didn't show me anything spectacular.
Yeah, the Ravens definitely took a step back this year. I think that Lamar looked like a better thrower of the ball last year. I don't know what happened between last year and this year. It just looks like he took a step back overall.
And then a game which I also took the underdog in this game too, Bears versus Saints. I went with the Bears.
Yeah, the Bears.
It's just the Bears just shot themselves in the foot in this game, and it was very annoying.
They played so conservatively to start the game.
That bomb, that was assertive. They were in that little trick play. They threw that bomb, and it was just dropped by Wentz.
It just went straight through his hands. That would
have been a 10-7 game going into the half.
That's
if that gets caught.
That's so bad.
And
I felt bad for Trubisky at that point because it's just like people keep saying,
he's been dealing with drops for years. The Allen Robinson drop like 2 playoffs ago, something like that.
I feel bad for him because at the end of the day in the stat books, it just looks like an incompletion.
Yeah,
and it looks like he didn't produce. But when you're dealing with something like that,
he dropped the ball. It was a perfect ball right in the bucket,
right in there, right between the numbers.
Dropped it. And the crazy thing is, I don't know if that was that drive or the previous drive. Wibbs caught one of those passes, which was even harder, to the sideline going out of bounds. Caught that perfectly, but drops it in the bucket. You have like a good 5-yard separation on the nearest DB or safety behind you.
That was a touchdown. And
that could have changed the whole entire game.
That would have been a different game. And it's unfortunate.
It was.
I really thought the Bears were gonna win that game. Obviously the Saints have terrible luck when it comes to the postseason. I thought that the Bears were just gonna show up. I thought that the Bears were going to show that they deserved to be in the postseason.
They did show up. They played
really
well as you can. Outside of the one little Khalil Mack mistake, which wasn't really a mistake, he pancaked the running back at the line of scrimmage, and he just fell and then got up as quickly as he could, and Breeze just lobbed it over him for a touchdown. There's nothing you could do against that. No. Khalil was stuck in between, do I guard the running back, do I go for the sack, and he made the wrong decision. Yeah. And also, he probably didn't see that the fucking running back had got up and ran that way after he knocked him on his ass. But once again, the defense played as well as they could against that offense.
What was I mean, it was a very manageable score. Like,
yeah, the game ended 21-9, but I mean that, it took them forever to get up the field.
That easily would have been 16 if that wasn't a drop pass, and then it would have been a one-score game.
But also, like I said, it also took them forever to get up the field. And, by the time Jimmy Graham made that ridiculous catch, I don't know if you saw that one-handed catch for a touchdown was crazy. That was wild.
Just running into the locker room because he's just like, it's over, whatever.
But, I mean, it took him forever to get up the field. The game goes a lot differently because, you can go for two in a lot of other situation. But...
I mean, it just didn't matter at that point. Yeah. Game was over.
That one that dropped really changed the whole game, man.
Yeah. Unfortunate. And again, I feel bad for Trubisky more than anything.
And then now we're moving on to the best game of the night, for me at least.
It was so good.
Browns versus Steelers. I had the Browns in this game. Man. And
so did I.
That
and you know what?
Start was wild.
I was in the middle of... I was half paying attention to the game. I put the game on, and I was just like, the game is starting. It's probably going to take a couple minutes for it to... Nope.
First snap.
14 seconds. 7-0.
And then next drive, throws a pick. And then, 2 drives later, throws another pick. 20 zip at the half.
21 zip at the half.
Ridiculous.
Corvette. The entire time I was thinking about Juju.
But Juju balled. You can't even talk about Juju. Juju balled
but it's the fact that, like, he had to say something, Classic Steelers, having that one player that says something.
I let him talk
and then in the next game, guess what happens? They lose.
I mean, but it's like... It's not Juju's fault that they lost.
It's not
Juju
Juju's
balled
fault.
out, so Juju talking shit. It was just a series of unfortunate events, and then
it's just funny seeing the Bears, the Browns in the locker room singing and dancing. Yeah,
a couple of those picks were just really bad on Ben. Like that last one he threw, to really pretty much ice the game, was really bad. I don't know what's going on with Ben, but that didn't look good.
I mean, there's like one or two that were just. I mean,
he had a deflected one.
There was a deflected one.
Yeah, so I mean, but
there was one that like
a couple of them were really bad.
Yeah, I mean, he had 4.
Yeah, well, actually, I think outside of the deflected one, they were all pretty bad. Because the one that
the first one was just like I don't know if it was a little behind or a little above him or if it was deflected at the line. I don't remember.
They're all like I know there was one.
There was one that literally just like came right off the hands of one of his receivers.
Yeah, because he threw it high. And he went up to go catch it, tipped off, and then picked off by a safety.
Yeah, but
you got to throw that ball on him. You got to throw that ball on him.
And
then there was the one that was thrown. I don't know if he didn't see the linebacker covering that underneath or what that was, but he was really thrown right to the linebacker.
You were seeing ghosts, man.
Cool. It was a rough game.
But,
my correction was 35-10 at the half. 28 zip at the end of the first. And that mixed up. But yeah.
Which is...
and the Browns tried to lose that game, which is crazy.
The fact that the score was even that close at the end.
They took their foot off the gas completely.
I mean,
and they played a lot of cover 3, just prevent defense. You can get
which
all the underneath
makes sense. And at the end of the day, they won the game.
Almost bit him in the eye. Then Baker almost threw a pick. I think in like the third quarter, he just got lucky. He dropped it, but that was.
I mean, to be fair, if that pick would have happened, I think they would have kind of been more aggressive with their defense from then on. But still,
that drive led to a touchdown.
Now,
so that gets picked off. That's 7 off the board.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
And that game gets a lot tighter.
It's at the end of the day, the Bears were at a disadvantage. The Browns were at a disadvantage from the beginning, not having their coach, not having multiple coaches.
Yeah.
Which, made me root for them more. I was just like, you know what? I want this.
Just don't like the Steelers.
I don't either.
So I rooted for them.
But, It was great. It was great to see it.
And then
yeah.
obviously the Corvette in the locker room was hilarious.
Corvette was great. Yeah.
And
Juju on that beat.
yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Now headed to the next round, the divisional round of the playoffs. We got Rams versus Packers. Who you got there?
I got the Packers. I did not notice how great of a year Aaron Rodgers was
MVP.
having. It just went right over my head. I don't know what it is. I just wasn't paying attention to the Green Bay Packers this year. I was like, yeah, they're winning games. Yeah, they're good. Yeah, they're like. I did not notice how great of a year Aaron Rodgers was having.
Man, it's a problem.
Jesus Christ, can you just pull up his stats for the year?
48 touchdowns.
48 to like
a 70% completion.
Jesus Christ.
How many picks? I think
he has
definitely
like
was single
3
digits.
or 4. It's definitely like single digits.
You're gonna make me count it. Cool. You're not gonna do the math for me. 2, 4. If this is correct, 5 picks.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah, that is ridiculous. The man.
And I believe his rating is either the second highest it's ever been. Compared to like his I think his MVP year is the highest he ever had his quarterback rating, but I think it's literally second to just that year. He legitimately should be MVP this year.
Yeah, he is. I don't think it's even close. It's not.
Nobody else even like.
Well, Jared Allen, if it wasn't for Aaron Rodgers, would probably be the front runner up there with Patty, because Jared had a Jared. Yeah, right. I'm bugging out.
Are you talking about Goff?
No, Allen.
Josh
Allen. I said Jared.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
Basketball.
Yeah, no,
Josh Allen had like 40 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And like I think 11 or something interceptions.
Yeah,
he had a great year too.
If it wasn't for Aaron Rodgers, he would have had a chance.
Yeah.
But Aaron Rodgers just dominated.
Played a different level. He only had the one bad game, and ironically, it was against the Bucks.
The Buccaneers.
He threw no touchdowns and 2 picks.
Yeah, I see the Packers coming out of this. I mean, it's football. Anything can happen. I mean, everybody saw the Steelers being the better team.
Which
nobody knew that. 1-5 for the last 6 games. Come on. But yeah, no, I see. I definitely see that the Packers coming out of that game.
Yeah, I see the Packers too.
Yeah. They'll probably cover the spread too. I don't know what the spread is, but they'll cover it.
I don't know, because that Rams defense, like I said, is.
I mean, the Rams defense is stacked, but you have to think Aaron might not be playing. Donald.
Oh yeah, you're right. I mean, but even if he is, that's defense.
They
is still
also
monster.
lost Cooper Kupp with some type of injury to his knee, so they might be without one of their top receivers. So and that offense is already like pretty.
It's pretty great offense. I mean, it's saw what the Rams
offense.
did to. Granted, I mean, Aaron Rodgers has a way better O line, but still, I mean, it was still able to. And that's another defense. That's another offense that's stacked with wideouts, and they took them away. Made Lockett a ghost that whole entire game, and Metcalf had to really fight for a lot of balls against Ramsey in that matchup.
We'll see. I don't see. I see Aaron Rodgers having a good game.
I mean, I think it's gonna be a close game. It's completely up to whether Goff decides to play football correctly or if he doesn't. But if the Packers get down, it's gonna be a long day for Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, that's when the blitzes are gonna come and they're gonna come after him hard. So
I mean, if he reads those blitzes, then he can still have a field day with them. But still,
they'll be. It's not. You're not playing man against scrub DBs. You know what I mean? They're gonna be playing man with really good corners, and Devontae Adams is a beast. Don't get me wrong, but Jalen Ramsey's a problem. So that's gonna be locked up pretty tight.
Yeah, that is gonna be pretty locked up. It's gonna be a good game. I'm excited to see it.
But yeah, I'm taking Packers too, just because at the end of the day, when it comes to quarterbacks, Goff versus Rodgers,
I'm
gonna take A-Rod, but it could be a long day for them.
Yeah.
Ravens versus Bills.
I take the Bills in that game.
Definitely,
the Ravens I don't see them getting past this. No. I don't care who they were playing.
Yeah, they weren't.
And the Bills, The Bills are on. They're a good team. They're a solid team all around.
There are no arguments for me here. I think the Bills win this handily. I don't even think this really low key could be a blowout.
It could be.
I don't know. Don't get me wrong. Humphries is a really good corner, so maybe he'll give Stephon Diggs some problems. But
I don't know. I don't see that happening.
Yeah,
Stephon Diggs is a problem.
Yeah, he is. But Humphries he does his job. He did a really good job. Well, granted, AJ Brown just bullied him in that first quarter when on that drive. Other than that, he did a really solid job on him.
I mean, we'll see.
So we'll see. And also, the Ravens defense is really good. They got Calais Campbell. Like they got some guys on that defense.
But if we're just going you said it for the previous game. Aaron Rodgers versus Jared Goff. You're going to take Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, well, that's different. That is a guy who's barely a starting quarterback in this league versus one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever grace football.
But what I'm saying is, right now, Josh Allen or Lamar.
I feel like those two are way closer than Jared Goff and Aaron Rodgers.
Definitely way closer, but I think if just throwing the ball, you go Josh Allen. Mobility, yeah, you would go Lamar Jackson, but I mean he has mobility too.
Yeah, Josh.
So Josh Allen, there's this one run that he had that he just like bullied. I think it was against the Dolphins. Mm-hmm. Kyle Van Noy got bullied by Josh Allen.
Josh is a beast.
He's a beast. He's a big man too. So I mean, yeah, I see the Bills winning this. It would be a huge upset in my eyes if the Ravens come out of that.
Yeah, definitely. The Bills definitely won that handedly. Then you got Browns versus Chiefs. I don't think the Browns. I mean, it'd be cool to think that the Browns beat the Chiefs.
It would be,
but
it would be the story of the week, probably of the postseason thus far, if the Browns beat the Chiefs. I don't see it happening, but
I mean, the Browns can. So. No, obviously I'm saying Chiefs, but just for the benefit of us talking.
Yeah.
The Browns can keep that ball out of Pat's hands. They have the best running back tandem in the league with Chubb and Kareem Hunt. If they eat up a lot of time, and that Chiefs defense has been mediocre at best this year.
They need to eat up a lot of time, and they need to score. That's the important thing. If they run the ball effectively and they score, then it could be a problem. Now, the thing is, when you have someone like Patrick Mahomes as your quarterback, a flick of a wrist and it's a touchdown. Like, we've seen it happen so many times where, he needs one play and it's a touchdown. But, I mean, they have to control time. They'd have to control the tempo. They'd have to keep him on the sidelines. I feel like that would be the only way for the Browns to win. But I don't know. Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, that's the duo. That's the duo for the next 10 years.
You're right, but you know what I mean.
Just like I mean, it's football. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen, and I think, like I said, just on the defensive side of the football, I don't know if the Chiefs have enough personnel to slow down those two guys. They're solely just running the football all over them, which they can do against almost anybody with those two guys back there.
Yeah. Chubb missed like 7 games and still had 1,000 rushing yards.
He's a fucking monster.
Yeah.
Chubb is a monster. So that's going to be a long night for Chris Jones and Mateo to try to slow that down. That's it's going to be fun to see. Why am I blanking on my guy's name? Granted, it's not important right now, but it's driving. Myles Garrett. There we go. Whew. There we go.
Myles Garrett.
That's a beast.
Mm-hmm.
That is a monster. And then after that, you got Bucks versus Saints here.
That is going to be an interesting game. I feel like as much as I want the Saints to win that game, I see the Bucks coming out of that game. Usually, and this is just the trend that follows the football. When a team beats another team in the regular season and they meet in the postseason, a lot of times, I don't know what the number is, but a lot of times the team that was beaten ends up winning in the postseason. I've seen that happen too many times. And I don't know. I think especially that last game the Saints and the Bucks had, where the Bucks were demolished. I think the Bucks. I think they take it.
I agree once again with that too.
Their defense is top 5. I can't really say the same about the Saints defense. The Saints defense is good. I wouldn't say it's top 5 though. And then obviously the explosiveness of the offense. Especially, I don't know if both Mike Evans and Godwin was if they were both playing during the second matchup between the two teams, but that's a wide receiver duo that's just a problem.
And also AB.
You have AB now. Gronk. He's had a productive year, especially being the year he's come back. In a new system.
Definitely.
So, and this is also, which is crazy, the first time they meet in the postseason. The amount of times I was wishing for a Patriots-Saints Super Bowl these last couple of years.
I was the other way around. It was Patriot-Packers, which hopefully we'll see in that NFC Championship.
So that's kind of where I see it going. If our predictions are correct, getting a Aaron Rodgers Tom Brady matchup. I'd get to see both of the matchups that I've been wanting to see in the postseason for years.
But I think Bucks definitely do take this game. I don't really think I even have an argument for the Saints. Really, the
Saints are just they produce, they win. They don't always win in the flashiest ways.
They struggle in the postseason.
Yeah. So they also have terrible luck in the postseason.
They do, but I don't see them beating the Bucks. They were able to score up on probably, not on paper, probably the best defense in the league with the Bears. So they were able to put up at least 21 on them.
Oh, you need more than 21 to even if they get, I feel like they'd have to score.
I'm saying they'll probably be able to put up more numbers.
They'd have to score, I think, 32.
The Saints defense is pretty solid too.
But okay. Do you think, in terms of total defense, Saints versus the football team?
The football team probably has the best front four in football.
Exactly. And I don't think that the Saints have anything close to that in terms of their front four.
Just some sense they're both quarterbacks are getting a step down on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah.
So it's really going to come down to firepower. Kamara is a monster,
and he's back from the injury reserve COVID list.
Michael Thomas played extremely well.
So if they get something going with Michael Thomas and Kamara, it's a problem. But I don't know. It could be a shootout, which would be exciting to see. Two of the oldest quarterbacks in the history of the game, just going back and forth.
If it's a shootout, I think Tom Brady wins that handily.
Oh yeah, handily. He's just in better shape. He's better. He's just a better quarterback at this point than Drew Brees.
Definitely. Okay. So I guess Super Bowl picks. Who do you got out there?
So that's tough because I see for championship games, I see the Bills versus the Chiefs, and then I see Green Bay versus the Buccaneers. I want to say Chiefs Packers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. Chiefs Packers.
I want to say Chiefs Packers. I don't think the Bills. I believe the Bills lost to the Chiefs in the regular season, and I just don't think that that's one of those instances where the reverse happens for the postseason. I just think that the Chiefs are just that good.
Yeah.
And Yeah, if I had to pick between Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady, just the Bucks have a better defense, and they probably have, just in terms of wide receiving core and just off like total offense, they probably have a better offense. But I just think Aaron Rodgers makes up for that.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers. It seems like one of those special years for Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
So I do think he's gonna. Yeah, I think they go to the bowl against,
which would be a
Chiefs.
fantastic Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's something I've always wanted to see.
Yeah,
So
it'll be the
dope.
State Farm Bowl.
Yeah, on top. I mean, the only thing as far as the Chiefs, the only reason why that's the one I really hesitate against is the Chiefs, just because the Chiefs haven't been the Chiefs all year.
They haven't.
Something has been off about them the whole entire year. They've every single game they haven't covered the spread at all. It's been a big thing.
They somehow still ended 15-1.
Yeah, they had a great record. Yeah,
So,
but there's chinks in the armor over there.
Definitely. So it's very possible for the Bills to get that upset win, I believe. But I do, and if I had to pick a Super Bowl winner right now, Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, definitely. I think Green Bay wins it all.
If it's Green Bay versus the Chiefs, I believe that Aaron Rodgers just has a field day on that defense. But I mean, we'll get to that point when we get to that point. I'm also excited for the halftime show, the weekend. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, weekend is great. But yeah, that's gonna be. We'll do that. Next.
Yeah, we'll get
see
to
what
that.
happens after the.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
But okay, put it like this: who is out of the teams we just went through for the division round? Who do you think has the highest chance of pulling off the upset?
For the divisional round?
Yeah.
Upsets in my eyes, the Saints. Maybe the Ravens. That would be the bigger upset for me. But yeah, you know what? Yeah, no, I don't see the Browns pulling the upset, and I don't see whoever Green Bay is going up against pulling up an upset.
I mean, honestly, I could just because the defense is too ridiculous over there. I could see the Packers maybe losing that game just because that Rams defense is stacked.
Okay, yeah.
And
I guess.
And ironically, it's the two teams you didn't agree with. I get just because, like I said, the Chiefs haven't looked like the Chiefs all year. Granted, they can still put up 50 on you in a blink of an eye.
Yeah.
That Browns defense is pretty solid.
And they can run
running
the ball.
Game is ridiculous. As long as Baker doesn't do anything stupid, if he can just take care of the football, make the checkdowns he's supposed to make, not give the ball away, that could be a game.
I do think that if we were going to go just based off the predictions we had, I do believe the Browns would have a better chance of beating the Chiefs than the Bills would have. Just the matchup, it just matches up better because of the running game. And I do think that the Browns defense is a little better than the Bills defense.
The Bills got some ballers on there. Tre'Davious White, they got some guys on that.
They do.
defensive side of the football.
I just believe that the Browns still have a better defense overall.
Okay. All right, so that'll end our football talk right there.
Football talk.